You never see it coming. It could be bad timing, bad judgment, or just bad luck. But in an instant, your life changes. Our first case in point involves a late night, too much partying, and a fateful encounter.
Now, what happened that night between a beautiful young woman and a man she didn't know would raise all kinds of questions about truth, justice, and what it takes to do the right thing.
Everything in life, even if you don't understand it now, happens for a reason.
Bjarni Peguero is a quiet, somewhat vulnerable soul. She's only 27 years old, but she's already been through enough challenges and tragedy to last a lifetime.
But I always said to God, I'm willing to take whatever you give me, because whatever happens is the best for me.
The story of what happened begins on the streets of New York City on a Saturday night in the summer of 2005. Bjarni's enjoying a girls' night out. As usual, she's with Aurora Pujols, a best friend who's really more like an older sister.
We were having a really good time.
Really good time?
Dancing, drinking, having fun.
To be blunt, the girls get wasted.
I drink like 5 Blue Hawaiians.
5 is a lot.
5 is a lot.
So you're drunk?
Definitely drunk.
As the night winds down, Bjarni and Aurora are sitting in Aurora's car while their friends pick up food from this restaurant. A group of men cruising for action pulls up next to them, inviting them to a party. Suddenly, one of them jumps into the car.
I remember being in shock because this guy just opens the car door and walks into the car.
He's inviting us to an after party.
What'd you think of him?
A crazy guy. Get into my car without permission.
The situation is a powder keg, so Aurora scrambles out of the car and joins her friends in the restaurant. She expects Bjarni to come with her, but instead, Bjarni takes off in her friend's car.
I was drunk, so I took the car and I drove.
We walk back out and the car's not there.
Bjarni leaves the car at a nearby parking lot and piles into a white van with the stranger and his friends. They spend an hour driving around, searching in vain for the party.
I got scared in my way there because I thought something was going to happen. So I started crying and crying and crying.
Bjarni's friends, left high and dry, tried desperately to call her cell phone. Finally, they make contact and reunite with Bjarni and the car back at the parking lot. When they find her there,
her hair was all crazy, her mascara was all runny. She looked like she had been in a struggle.
Aurora and the girls are angry they've been ditched. Bjarni feels cornered and doesn't know what to do. Tensions are high. And then,
out of nowhere, she lashed out at me.
We got into a physical fight, which I started it.
The fight is an out-and-out brawl. The girls even crack the windshield. And this is totally out of character for her.
Totally out of character.
This is not how she is.
No.
Aurora is furious and stunned, but the mood changes when Bjarni explains why she's acting this way. She says something terrible happened with the stranger in the back of the van.
He pulled off my pants. He was hitting me, and he raped me.
Were you screaming for him to stop?
Yes, I did.
When did it stop?
When he finished.
She had been raped. And I'm like, feeling like horrible, like just in shock.
The girls, enraged just moments before, are now totally sympathetic. They drive Bjarni to this hospital. She relays her account to the staff there, and they perform a rape kit. Detectives from the NYPD Special Victims Squad start investigating. Bjarni repeats to them her nightmare of being brutally raped. Then, in short order, they track down the white van and the guy who'd first jumped in the girl's car, a 28-year-old contractor named William McCaffrey. Why did you think the police want to speak to you?
I had no idea, but I know I didn't do anything, so I had no problem going into the precinct.
McCaffrey tells the police he and his pals did cruise around with Bjarni in the van, then left her back at her car, drunk but unharmed. His denials are absolute and unflinching. Did you rape Bjarni?
Of course not.
Did you assault Bjarni?
No, I did not.
Did you give her any reason to believe that you were a threat to her?
Not at all.
Supporting McCaffrey's claims, the rape kit comes back negative. The strongest evidence of a physical attack police have is a bite mark on Bjarne's shoulder. But still, if it comes down to a he said, she said, the cops are probably going to accept what she said. Do they seem like they believe you?
Not at all.
But police have reason to be suspicious. McCaffrey's been arrested numerous times for petty offenses like DUI and assault. On the other hand, Bjarne couldn't be more credible. She sticks to her story. She's traumatized and doesn't hesitate to take the morning after pill offered by the hospital.
I have to take these pills because I cannot get no infection. I cannot get pregnant.
What happened at the end of the meeting?
I was charged with rape in the first degree.
McCaffrey maintains his innocence up and through the trial, even taking the stand to defend himself. Bjarne maintains his guilt, and almost solely on the basis of her emotional testimony, the jury votes to convict. When you heard the word guilty, how'd you take it?
Terribly. I thought about my sons and if I was going to make it to see my grandmother, you know, or would I have to bury her from prison.
The sentence, swift and severe.
They told me he got convicted, 20 years.
20 years. What do you think?
I start crying. I just want to get home, be by myself. Oh my God.
It seems the case is closed. Justice has been served and Bjarne can start rebuilding her life.
She felt relieved. Finally, something going right for her.